Parashat Tetzaveh. Exodus chapter 27 verse 20 to chapter 30 verse 10. Chapter 27 verse 20. Also you are to command Bnei Yisrael that they are to bring to you pure olive oil beaten for the light, to cause a lamp to burn continually. In the tent of meeting, outside the curtain which is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons will set it in order, to burn from evening to morning before Adonai. It will be a statute forever throughout their generations on behalf of Bnei Yisrael. Chapter 28. Bring your brother Aaron near with his sons from among Bnei Yisrael, so that they may minister to me as Kohanim. Aaron and his sons Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. You are to make holy garments for your brother Aaron, for splendor and for beauty. You are to speak to all who are skilled, whom I have filled with the spirit of artistry, to make Aaron's garments for consecrating him, so that he may minister to me as a Kohen. These are the garments that they are to make: a breastplate, an ephod, a robe, a tunic of checkered work, a turban, and a sash. They are to make holy garments for your brother Aaron and his sons, so that he may minister to me as a Kohen. They are to use the gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine linen. They are to make the ephod of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and finely twisted linen, the work of the skillful craftsman. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces stitched to the 2 ends, so that it may be joined together. The skillfully woven band which is upon it, with which it is to be bound, is to be made like the design, and from the same piece of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and finely twisted linen. You are to take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of Bnei Yisrael, 6 of their names on one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the other stone, in the order of their birth. With the work of a gem cutter engraving a seal, etch the 2 stones in the order of the names of Bnei Yisrael. Make them enclosed in settings of gold. Fasten the 2 stones upon the shoulder pieces of the ephod, to be memorial stones for Bnei Yisrael. So Aaron is to bear their names before Adonai on his 2 shoulders as a reminder. Fashion filigree settings of gold, along with 2 chains of pure gold, of braided work, and you will attach the chains to the filigree settings. Make a breastplate of judgment, the work of a skillful craftsman. You are to make it like the design of the ephod, of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and finely twisted linen. It is to be square and doubled over, a span in length and a span in width. Set within it 4 rows of jewels, a row of ruby, topaz, and emerald for the first row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond for the second row, a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst for the third, and a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper for the 4th row. They are to be enclosed in gold filigree settings. The stones are to be engraved in the order of the names of Bnei Yisrael, 12 according to their names, like the etchings of a signet seal, 1 corresponding to each name of the 12 tribes. Also you are to make upon the breastplate braided chains of wreathed work from pure gold. Forge on the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and fasten the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. Then attach the 2 wreathed chains of gold on the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. The other 2 ends of the chains you are to place on the 2 settings, and put them on the shoulder piece of the ephod in front. So you are to make 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate, and on the edge of it that is toward the inner side of the ephod. Also make 2 gold rings, and place them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod underneath, in the front, close to where it is joined, above the artfully woven band of the ephod. Then they will bind the breastplate by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a blue thread, so that it may be on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, and so that the breastplate will not come loose from it. Aaron will bear the names of Bnei Yisrael in the breastplate of judgment on his heart, whenever he enters the holy place, as a continual memorial before Adonai. Also put the Urim and the Thummim within the breastplate of judgment, so they will be on Aaron's heart when he goes in before Adonai. Aaron will bear the judgment of Bnei Yisrael on his heart before Adonai continually. You are to make the robe of the ephod entirely of blue. It is to have a hole for the head in the center, and a binding of woven work around the hole as a collar, so that it may not be torn. On the hem of it you are to make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet, all around the hem, with golden bells between them. 1 golden bell and a pomegranate, then another golden bell and a pomegranate, on the hem of the robe all around. It must be worn by Aaron whenever he ministers. The sound will be heard when he goes into the holy place before Adonai, and when he comes out, so that he does not die. Also you are to make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it, like the engravings of a seal, holy to Adonai. Attach it with a violet cord onto the turban, on the front of the turban. So it will rest on Aaron's forehead, so that Aaron will bear away the iniquity committed regarding the holy things, which Bnei Yisrael set apart as all their holy gifts. It is always to be on his forehead, so that they may have favor before Adonai. You are to weave the tunic in checkered work of fine linen, make a turban of fine linen, and make a sash, the work of a color weaver. For Aaron's sons you are to make tunics, sashes, and headwear for them, for splendor and for beauty. Put them on Aaron your brother and on his sons with him, and anoint them, consecrate them, and sanctify them, so that they may minister to me as Kohanim. You are to make linen undergarments for them, to cover the skin of their nakedness, from the hips to the thighs. They are to be worn by Aaron and his sons when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they approach the altar to minister in the holy place, so that they do not become subject to guilt and die. It is to be a statute forever, to him and to his offspring after him. Chapter 29. Now this is what you are to do to consecrate them, so that they may minister as Kohanim. Take 1 young bull and 2 rams without blemish, along with matzot, cakes of matzot mixed with oil, and matzot wafers spread with oil. Make them from fine wheat flour. You are to put them into 1 basket and present them, along with the bull and the 2 rams. You are to bring Aaron and his sons to the entrance of the tent of meeting, and wash them with water. Then take the garments and put the tunic on Aaron, along with the robe, the ephod, and the breastplate. Gird him with the artfully woven band of the ephod, set the turban on his head, and put the holy coronet on the turban. Then you are to take the anointing oil, pour it upon his head, and anoint him. Also you are to bring his sons and put tunics on them. You are to gird Aaron and his sons with sashes, tie headwear on them, and they shall hold the priesthood by a perpetual statute. In this way you are to consecrate Aaron and his sons. You are to bring the bull before the tent of meeting, and Aaron and his sons are to lay their hands on its head. You are to slaughter the bull before Adonai at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Then take the blood of the bull, put it on the horns of the altar with your finger, and pour out all the remaining blood at the base of the altar. Also take all the fat that covers the innards, the lobe above the liver, the 2 kidneys, along with the fat that is on them, and burn them on the altar. But the meat of the bull, along with its skin and its dung, you are to burn with fire outside the camp. It is a sin offering. And take 1 ram, have Aaron and his sons lay their hands upon the head of the ram, then slaughter the ram, take its blood and sprinkle it around the altar. You are to cut the ram into pieces, wash its innards and its legs, and place them with its head and other pieces. Then you are to offer the whole ram up in smoke on the altar. It is a burnt offering to Adonai, a sweet aroma, an offering made by fire to Adonai. And take the other ram, and have Aaron and his sons lay their hands upon the head of that ram. Slaughter the ram, take its blood, and dab it on the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and on the tip of the right ears of his sons, and on the thumb of their right hands, and on the big toes of their right feet. Then pour the blood on the altar all around. Also you are to take some of the blood that is on the altar, along with the anointing oil, and sprinkle it on Aaron and his garments, and on his sons and their garments. In this way he and his garments are to be consecrated, along with his sons and their garments. Moreover, take some of the fat from the ram along with the fat tail, the fat that covers the innards, the covering over the liver, the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, along with the right thigh, because it is a ram of consecration. Also take 1 loaf of bread, 1 cake of oiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of matzot that is before Adonai. You are to put the entirety into Aaron's hands and the hands of his sons, and present them as a wave offering before Adonai. Then you are to take them out of their hands and offer them up in smoke on the altar on top of the burnt offering as a sweet aroma before Adonai, an offering made by fire to Adonai. Also take the breast of Aaron's ram of consecration and wave it as a wave offering before Adonai, so it will be your portion. Set apart the breast of the wave offering and the thigh of the contribution, which is waved and offered up from the ram of consecration, including what belongs to Aaron and his sons. It is to belong to Aaron and his sons as their due share forever from Bnei Yisrael, because it is a contribution. It is to be a contribution from Bnei Yisrael, from their sacrifices of fellowship offerings, their contribution to Adonai. The holy garments of Aaron are to pass to his sons after him, to be anointed in them and to be consecrated in them. The son that succeeds him as Kohen, who comes into the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place, is to put them on for 7 days. You are to take the ram of consecration and boil its meat in a holy place. Aaron and his sons are to eat the meat of the ram and the bread that is in the basket at the entrance of the tent of meeting. They are to eat those things with which atonement was made, to consecrate and to sanctify them, but a layman is not to eat them, because they are unholy. If some of the meat of the consecration or the bread remains until the morning, you are to burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. Do for Aaron and his sons everything according to what I have commanded you. Consecrate them for 7 days. Each day you are to offer a bull as a sin offering, apart from the other offerings of atonement. Also purify the altar when you make atonement for it, and anoint it in order to sanctify it. You are to make atonement for the altar for 7 days, and so sanctify it. The altar will be most holy, and whatever touches it will become holy. Now this is what you are to offer upon the altar: 2 one-year-old lambs, each day continually. You are to offer 1 lamb in the morning, and the other lamb at dusk. Offer along with the first lamb 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour, mixed with 1/4 of a hin of beaten oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine as a drink offering. The other lamb you are to offer at dusk, like the grain offering and drink offering of the morning, as a sweet aroma, an offering made by fire to Adonai. It is to be a continual burnt offering throughout your generations at the entrance of the tent of meeting before Adonai. There I will meet with you, to speak with you there. I will meet with Bnei Yisrael there, so it will be sanctified by my glory. So I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar. I will also sanctify Aaron and his sons to minister to me as Kohanim. So I will dwell among Bnei Yisrael and be their God. And they will know that I am Adonai their God, who brought them forth out of the lands of Egypt, so that I may live among them. I am Adonai their God. Chapter 30. You are to make an altar of acacia wood for burning incense. It is to be square, 1 cubit in length, 1 cubit wide, and 2 cubits high. The horns must be of 1 piece with it. You are to overlay it with pure gold on top, all around the sides and over the horns. Also you are to make a crown of gold for it all around. Make 2 golden rings for it under the crown on the 2 sides, and they will be holders for poles to carry it. Make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. You are to set it in front of the curtain that is in front of the ark of the testimony, in front of the atonement cover that is over the testimony, where I will meet with you. Aaron must burn sweet spices of incense there every morning. When he attends to the lamps, he is to burn it. Also, when Aaron keeps the lamps lit at dusk, he must burn it. There must be incense continually before Adonai throughout your generations. You must not offer up unauthorized incense on it, nor should any burnt offering or grain offering be there, nor should you pour any drink offering there. Aaron is to make atonement upon the horns once a year with the blood of the sin offering throughout your generations. It is most holy to Adonai. Ezekiel chapter 43, verse 10 to 27. You, son of man, describe the house to the house of Israel, so they will be ashamed of their iniquities. Let them measure accurately. If they are ashamed of all they have done, sketch out the house for them, its layout, its exits and its entrances, its complete design, with all its ordinances and all its laws. Write it down in their sight, so they may observe its complete design and all its ordinances and do them. This is the Torah of the house. The whole territory around it on top of the mountain will be most holy. Behold, this is the Torah of the house. These are the measurements of the altar by cubits, a cubit being a normal cubit plus a handbreadth. Its gutter will be a cubit deep and a cubit wide. Its rim will be one span surrounding the edge. This will be the base of the altar. From the base on the ground to the lower ledge will be 2 cubits, and the width 1 cubit. From the smaller ledge to the larger ledge will be 4 cubits, and the width a cubit. The altar hearth will be 4 cubits high. 4 horns will project upward from the hearth. The hearth will be 12 cubits long by 12 wide, with 4 sides square. The ledge will be 14 cubits long and 14 wide, with 4 sides square. The border surrounding it will be half a cubit, and its bottom will be a cubit all around. Its steps will face east. Then he said to me, Son of man, thus says Adonai Elohim, these are the statutes for the altar on the day when they will construct it, in order to offer burnt offerings on it, and to sprinkle blood on it. Give a young bull for a sin offering to the Levitical Kohanim, who are from the offspring of Zadok, who came near to me to minister to me. It is a declaration of Adonai. You are to take some of its blood and put it on its 4 horns, on the 4 corners of the ledge, and on the border around it. So you will purify it and make atonement for it. Take the bull of the sin offering and burn it in the appointed place of the house outside the sanctuary. On the 2nd day, offer a male goat without blemish as a sin offering. They will purify the altar as they purified it with the bull. When you have finished purifying it, offer a young bull without blemish and a ram out of the flock without blemish. Present them before Adonai. The Kohanim will cast salt upon them. They will offer them up as a burnt offering to Adonai every day for 7 days. Prepare a goat as a sin offering. They will prepare a young bull and a ram out of the flock without blemish. They will make atonement for the altar and cleanse it for 7 days. This is how they will consecrate it. When they have completed the days from the 8th day and onward, the Kohanim will make your burnt offerings upon the altar, as well as your fellowship offerings. Then I will accept you. It is a declaration of Adonai. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 10 to 16. We have an altar from which those serving in the tabernacle have no right to eat, for the bodies of those animals whose blood is brought into the holies by the Kohen Gadol as an offering for sin are burned outside the camp. Therefore, to make the people holy through his own blood, Yeshua also suffered outside the gate. So let us go to him outside the camp, bearing his disgrace. For here we have no lasting city, but we seek the one that is to come. Through Yeshua, then, let us continually offer up to God a sacrifice of praise, the fruit of lips giving thanks to his name. Do not neglect doing good and sharing, for with such sacrifices God is well pleased.